Just finished live streaming an event, and I love today's setup so much that I'm going to share the entire breakdown with you in today's video. Also, this little audio cable saved the day. It came in clutch. I'm going to show you exactly how I put this cable to use and how it improved the entire setup. So let's run through the breakdown, shall we? Look at this place. It's a disaster. But really, if you have a studio, you can probably relate. Anytime I'm packing up for an event or cleaning up after an event, well, this is pretty much what it looks like. So today's event was a ton of fun. It was an in-person event, but it also had a virtual component. So this particular company has clients who are located worldwide, and they host an event every couple of years, and those who are able to make it in person are there in person, obviously. And then those who can't make it or those who can't make it at all, well, they're either tuning in virtually during the event or they want to be able to watch a recording of the event afterwards. So the general setup consisted of 4 wireless microphones, a Roadcaster video, a Roadcaster Pro 2, and my laptop. And I had 4 wireless microphones in the room. One was at the podium up in the front of the room, and that's where any of the speakers would stand during their portion of the presentation. There was also a television screen up front that displayed whatever their PowerPoint was that they wanted to show. Also, I had another microphone attached to the owner of the company. So this person not only speaks during the event, but they're also there to answer any questions that spring up during the event. And so I had him mic'd up with his own microphone. And then I had 2 roaming microphones. So these were also wireless microphones. I just put them in one of these handles. And what we would do is anytime somebody had a question in the room or any of the team members needed to chime in to answer any questions, well, we would have these microphones handy so that we could make sure that everyone in the room could be heard by whoever was tuning in virtually. So in addition to the 4 wireless microphones that we had running during the event, I also had 2 camera angles set up. One was a wide angle camera, and I didn't move or adjust that camera during the duration of the event. And then I also had a second camera with a zoom lens on it so that I could zoom right into whoever was speaking at the podium. And that way, if you're tuning in, you can see that person's face and you can see their mannerisms. And then also I could use that second angle to show not only who's in the room so that those who are tuning in kind of feel like they were there, but also if somebody in the audience had a question, that I would just switch to that wide angle view. And then that way you could also see whoever might be asking a question or any type of conversation that was happening during the event. We were located at a table in the back of the room. There's the Roadcaster Pro 2. I've all of the audio running into the Roadcaster video. And then of course we are live streaming. So the Roadcaster video is attached to my laptop. My laptop was logged into Zoom, and that way I could live stream using Zoom for this particular event. And then of course you can see the cameras in the background. Now I'm in the back of the room. The only adjustments that I was making during the event is of course to turn the microphones off or on depending on if they were in use or not, and then also to make adjustments to the close-up angle. So if somebody was up at the podium and they were kind of walking around a little bit, I definitely want to make sure that those who were tuning in could see everything. And that was the general layout of the room. And now let's take a look at how I hooked everything up. This is what the back of the devices look like when everything is attached. Let's start with audio on the back of the Roadcaster Pro 2. Remember, we have 4 wireless microphones that we're using for the setup. So 1 and 2, I was able to connect these 2 microphones or transmitters directly to the Roadcaster Pro 2. The Roadcaster Pro 2 can accept only 2 wireless connections. This microphone was on the main speaker. This microphone was at the podium. And what I did with this one is I used a shotgun microphone and I just plugged this microphone into the wireless microphone here. So this is the microphone you see up on the podium, and the signal is being sent to the Roadcaster Pro 2 using that transmitter. And then over here, what I did to attach these wireless microphones, this is a receiver This is a transmitter or a microphone. All you do is you take one of these XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapters. You just plug your wireless receiver in. And once you attach this to the wireless microphone, this is how I'm able to get 4 wireless mics with this setup. So this one was one of those roaming microphones, and same with this one. And then, of course, I could adjust all of the volume levels on the Roadcaster Pro 2. The other thing I did to monitor all the audio during the event was I just had my headphones plugged in right here. Now, of course, I had this device plugged in for the event, but I just wanted to show you these attachments right here. Now, let's move over to the Roadcaster video. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to run all the audio from the Roadcaster Pro 2 into the Roadcaster video. And in order to do that, I do need to attach these 2 devices. So I used a USB-C. This does need to be a cable that can accommodate high data speeds. So I'm going to take this and plug it into number 2 port on the back of the Roadcaster Pro 2. I'm going to send the audio signal through to, you can use port 4 or 5. These are the USB-C ports that are available to you in the Roadcaster video. This allows you to expand your audio using this device. And then, of course, I had 2 cameras for this one. I don't have the cameras attached right now, but I used the HDMI 1 and HDMI 2 ports for that so that I could switch those camera angles during the event. I had my external SSD attached to port number 3, which is a USB-C out. And then in number 2, I took this cable, and this is the one that was connected to my laptop so that I could live stream from my laptop. And of course, we're going to have to power these cameras for an extended period of time. So this is where I turn to the VMount battery system. This is a clamp. You just clamp this to your tripod, and you're going to attach your battery. This is a D-tap to dummy battery that's specific to the Sony camera system. I'm just going to attach this battery, just place that into the battery slot on the camera, and I can turn this on, and this is going to give me hours of power. So the thing about the Roadcaster video is there are 2 XLR inputs. You can attach 2 wireless microphones to this device. You can also attach 2 XLR. So you can do 4 audio inputs. But with this event, I wanted to be able to quickly adjust volume levels or gain levels or mute or unmute microphones. And because this is such a nice and compact device, it doesn't give you the same types of controls that the Roadcaster Pro 2 does. I'm more of a visual person, so if I know that a certain microphone needs some attention, I can just simply look down at the Roadcaster Pro 2 and make some quick adjustments. Because these are both Rode devices, the other nice thing is, as you just saw in the breakdown, you can connect your Roadcaster Pro 2 directly to your Roadcaster video. The Roadcaster video is going to pick up those audio signals, and it's going to take everything and send it through to the stream. So this was an optimal setup for this situation. I had all of the different microphones labeled so that I can quickly look down and see what types of adjustments needed to be made. And of course, I also had an external SSD attached to the Roadcaster video. What's nice about the Roadcaster video, it gives you enough ports to stream and record at the same time. So by sending all of my audio and video signals through the Roadcaster video, it meant that all of those files were being recorded separately in my external SSD. So later on, when I have to edit that event and send it to the client so they can share it out, everything's on one SSD. I just plug that into my computer and I can edit everything from there. I mentioned earlier that this little audio cable saved the day. I'll take a look at the ports that are on the wall in this particular venue. So typically what I do when I'm live streaming an event is there's the in-house audio. So that means there might be microphones and things happening in the room, and that audio is going through the speakers that are in the room. So if you're in the room and somebody's speaking at a microphone, you can hear everything that they have to say. But what I also have to do is come in with my microphones so that if somebody is speaking, we can pick up those audio signals and send them out to the live stream. But what we were able to do with this cable is I could plug one end of this cable into the headphone jack of the Roadcaster Pro 2, and then I connected this other end of the cable into the aux port on the wall. So any audio that was coming in, I was sending out to the live stream, and we were able to also project that audio in the room. So we controlled all of the audio, not only in the room, but also on the live stream, and it made life so much easier. So the reason why that makes a difference is because if you've ever had to live stream an event and you're passing a little microphone around, what happens is people have this microphone in front of them, but they can't hear themselves on the speakers. So for most people, it doesn't make sense why they're speaking into something if they can't hear it. And it's hard for them to comprehend that what's happening is this audio is going out to the live stream audience. So you do have to remind people in the room during the entire event, yes, make sure you wait for the microphone so that those who are tuning in can hear what it is that you have to say. So by having the audio for the live stream and being able to send it out over the speakers in the room, it made the experience in the room so much nicer, because if people could hear their voice, then they also knew that we were sending that audio out to those who are tuning in. It's so true that little things can make a huge difference. So this is the live stream setup that I used in today's event. I use this for most live streaming events right now. It's larger in size, but it's consistent. It's reliable. It provides great quality both in the room. It looks great. Customers love the colors that are on the Roadcaster Pro 2. And when you come in with equipment, unfortunately, people do still think that the more equipment you have, then it justifies whatever price they're paying to hire you to help them with the event. And then also in this case, I'm going to be able to edit those files, deliver them to the client very quickly. So what they can do from there is share the event out, and those who attended can rewatch if they want. Same with those who tuned in virtually, and then those who missed the event can watch everything from there. So this is it. This is my setup. If you have any questions, or if you have a setup that you love, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Thanks as always for tuning in, and I'll see you again in the next video.